Have you ever wondered how our brain controls our movements or why we feel a sense of reward when we achieve something? Well, tucked away deep within the cerebral hemispheres of our brain lies a group of structures known as the basal ganglia. This complex network of neurons is like the brain's maestro, conducting the symphony of our actions and reactions. The basal ganglia plays a pivotal role in regulating voluntary motor movements, from the simple act of picking up a pen to the complex coordination required for a gymnast's routine. But its influence doesn't stop at movement. It also contributes to reward-based learning, shaping our behavior by linking actions with positive outcomes. Unfortunately, when the basal ganglia fails to function properly, it can lead to debilitating neurological disorders. Parkinson's and Huntington's disease, for instance, are both associated with basal ganglia dysfunction, causing issues with movement and cognitive abilities. So, the basal ganglia is like the conductor of an orchestra, ensuring each part of the brain plays its part at the right time. Now, imagine trying to pick up a cup of coffee. It seems simple, right? But it's actually a complex process orchestrated by the basal ganglia. The basal ganglia, a group of nuclei or nerve cells located deep within the brain, plays a crucial part in regulating voluntary movements. Think about reaching for that cup of coffee. Your brain needs to compute the distance, angle, and force required to lift the cup without spilling it. This intricate dance is a symphony of communication between your brain, muscles, and nerves, all coordinated by the basal ganglia. The basal ganglia's role doesn't stop there. It ensures the movements are smooth and coordinated, harmonizing the contraction and relaxation of different muscle groups. It's like a skilled conductor leading an orchestra, ensuring every note is played at the right time and intensity, creating a flawless performance. So, without the basal ganglia, that simple act of reaching for your morning coffee could become a difficult task. And what about that sense of satisfaction when you finally take a sip of your coffee? That's the basal ganglia's reward system at work. This network of neurons not only regulates our movements, but it also plays a crucial role in reward-based learning. By releasing dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure, it reinforces positive behaviors and stimulates us to repeat them. It's like a pat on the back from your brain for doing something right. So, the joy you feel after achieving a goal? You can thank your basal ganglia for that. But what happens when the basal ganglia doesn't function as it should? Disorders like Parkinson's and Huntington's emerge, disrupting life as we know it. In Parkinson's, the death of dopamine-producing cells leads to tremors and difficulty with walking, coordination, and balance. Huntington's, on the other hand, is characterized by uncontrolled movements, emotional problems, and loss of thinking ability. Current treatments focus on symptom management, but research is ongoing. Understanding the basal ganglia, then, is not just about comprehending our daily movements and rewards, but also about unlocking potential treatments for debilitating conditions.